Hello, dear fashion bosses. How are you doing today? Trust you're well. My name remains Faith Abraham, Creative Director of Fashion Boss Innovations Academy. So, in today's training, we're going to be learning how to make this trending pleated V-shape padded pleated turban style. It is really trending right now. So you're going to learn how to achieve the V-shape part, the one in front. You're going to learn how to achieve the 5 padded layered frame. You're going to learn how to, it's going to have a rope for tying, and then it's also going to be lined. So if this is what you want to learn, stay to the end of this video and do not forget to subscribe. Please subscribe, I beg you in God's name. So here are the materials we'll be needing for this training or using for this training. So this is foam. Okay, the foam is measuring, the width of the foam is actually let's say 0.5 inch. Okay, sorry, I mean the thickness of the foam, and then I cut it out as 3 inches width. Okay, and then the length is actually the head circumference. Okay, so I have 32 inches length here, although we are going to be cutting out some from the back, and then I have it in 5 places. So I have 5 foams because it is 5 layered, and then I have my pins. Okay, so I have my fabric. I'm using, a non-stretchy fabric. The more reason why we have to, attach a rope for tying when you are using a non-stretchy fabric. Okay, so I'm going to take you through the measurements. Okay, so this one is for the pleated V-shape band in front. Okay, so I have 17 inches. You can use between 16 and 17 inches. And then I have a width of 14. You can use 14 or 15 inches. Okay, so either 16, 17 inches by 14 or 15 inches. Hope that is not confusing. And then I have it in 2 places. Okay. Hope that is not confusing. Rewind back and 2 places, right? Rewind back and listen to it properly. Okay. And then I also have this piece. This piece is for the tying. Okay. So it's measuring 5 inches. Okay. 5 inches by, I actually used 16 inches. Okay, so that I have sufficient length to tie, and then I have it in 2 places. Okay, I cut out 2 pieces, and then I have this. This is for the body of the turban. Okay, the body of the turban. Okay, so on fold it is measuring 16 inches on fold. So it means if you open it, you are going to be having 32 inches. Yes, when you open it this way, you're going to be having 32 inches. This 32 inches is for the head circumference area. Hope you understand. Okay, unfold is 16, open. When you open is 32. And then the length, which is the body of the turban, we're having 40 whole inches. Okay, 40 inches the length, because we are going to create the framed and padded parts of this, of the turban, from that material. And then this is for the lining. Okay, so the lining is measuring 32 inches, the same head circumference we are using, and then the width is measuring about I actually have 17 or 18 inches. Okay, so 17 inches. Okay, so you have all of these measurements written down somewhere so you're not confused. Okay, so I pick up one piece of the one for the V-shape plate, and then we are going to start forming our plate. So I first of all fold it this way twice, and then I will run a straight stitch. I'll sew it. So if you have the iron, by your side, you can just quickly iron before continuing. Okay, so I've sewn. So we're going to start picking our plates. Okay, so this is not difficult. I have series of video on how to make plates, how to make pleated frames and all of those, here in this channel. Okay, but basically this is how to, make a plate. Okay, so you just pick a plate and then you sew down. Pick a plate and then you sew down, okay? And then give it a very proper ironing when you are done. So I'm going to replicate that, on the 2 fabric that we have for the plates. So this is for the tying. I just fold it this way, the front part facing you, fold it into two and run a straight stitch. Do it to the other one. You turn it inside out when you are done, and then give it a very good ironing. Okay, so our pleat is ready for the V-shape part, guys. I ironed it, so we are going to be crossing it this way. Okay, so it is actually because of the crossing, that is why we use 16 inches, because when you cross, it's going to consume some parts of the length. Okay, so in order for you not to be in short, you have to use between 16, 17, 15, 16, 17 inches. So I just crossed it this way to give me the V shape of the band. And then I'm also going to go ahead after crossing to trim out. Okay, so this part you see me trimming so that we have a proper V. Okay, so you can choose to take it to a sewing machine. So first of all, hold the it down. Okay, or just use your pin to hold it down, just like you saw me or you're seeing me do. So I pick the main piece to the body of the turban, which is the one for 40 inches. I notch the middle part, okay, so that we can know where the mid part of the fabric is, to enable us place a pleated band on it. Okay, so I'm just trying to look for how to place it properly, and then also make sure that you're having a very good view of it, guys. So if you've watched this video to this point, you've not subscribed, I am very angry with you. Please subscribe. So I place the fabric midpoint to midpoint, the midpoint of the pleated band and the midpoint of this big fabric. So I'm going to take it to my sewing machine and then sew it down the way I'm showing you right now. Okay, so sew it down. Sew this part first, come back to the other parts, arrange it very well, and then you also sew. Okay, so we are done sewing, guys, and this is what we have. Okay, this is what we have after sewing. Okay, so you see our turban is taking form and shape already. So after doing that, guys, I'm going to be measuring, okay, a 1.5 inches away. Okay, 1.5 inches, okay, away from, you know, the same points. Okay, so where we have that line, that last line, okay, we are going to be measuring 1.5 inches away from it, as you can see me do. You know, from that line where you are seeing right now, that last line there, okay, you measure 1.5 inch all the way. Okay, just like you can see me do, and then use my chalk, okay, to flesh it out so that I can see the line 1.5 inch. So I continue measuring, okay, 1.5 inch all the way, guys. So I said, if you have not subscribed, I'm so really going to be vexed with you. Please subscribe. A lot of you that watch this channel are not subscribed, and that is not fair. That is woman in humanity to a woman that is giving so much value. Okay, so I pick one of my foam and then I place it this way. So I try to locate the midpoint of the foam, okay, before placing, but I looked at it wasn't really necessary. So I just go ahead to place, okay. So you're placing your foam on that 1.5 line we just drew out, okay. Okay, so it's going to serve as a guide, guys. So I place it this way. So your foam should end on that 1.5 line, okay? You can see what I'm doing. Your foam should end on that 1.5 line. That is why we have that line. They stand as a guideline for you. It should not exceed that 1.5 line. So I just went ahead to pin it down so the foam doesn't move. Okay, so hope you understand, guys. Okay, and then when you are going to sew, you're also sewing on that line that's okay, that you drew out initially. Okay, so basically that is what I'm doing right here. I just arrange my foam properly, I pin it down, okay, and then I'll sew. So guys, in order for you to have a smooth sail when you're trying to sew the back of this turban, your foam does not necessarily have to get to the end of the fabric, okay, except you have a very strong machine, okay. So I'll take it to my sewing machine and sew, and then when we are done sewing, this is what you should have, guys. So we formed the first layer already, okay. This is what you should have when you are done sewing. So we're going to form the second layer. So we have sewn the first layer, and this is what we have. So I'll take the second layer and I place it just exactly the same way we placed the first one. Okay, but at this point, the distance we are going to leave is going to be a 0.5 inch, half an inch. Okay, half an inch. Yes, that's what I'm showing you, half an inch distance. That's what we are going to have, half an inch. Okay, and then you sew on the line. You can chalk it out, but you are sewing on that half an inch line, okay, as against the 1.5 we used initially. Hope you understand, guys. That is what you should do. So the remaining four, you're using half an inch. Okay. After this one, it remain three foam. So you're using half an inch to distance it. Okay. So basically, you just place the remaining foam the way we place this second one, using half an inch distance. Hope you understand. And then you go ahead to sew on your line. You can mark out the line, or you can just, eyeball it. It depends on your level of professionalism where you've gotten to in this plenary. So you just sew. So basically, guys, we've achieved the second layer. You see that is very simple, right? We've achieved the second layer. So we're going to repeat the same thing to the remaining three foam, and then we'll come back. Okay, so guys, we are done with all of the layers, which is five. Okay, five layers, five, as you can see. I'm sure you're counting it. Five, yes. Okay, so we have five total, and as you can see, our turban has really taken a form and a shape. Okay, so the next thing for us to do, because it is a non-stretchy fabric, I just bring the tying rope that we made, and then I'm just going to, place it this way as I'm showing you. Insert the end of, that band, pleated band, into the tying band. Okay, and then I'm going to sew on it. Okay, so if you have been doing auto gale, I don't think this process, should be difficult for you to grasp. But if you've not been doing the reason why I'm explaining, so you just sew on it and do the same thing to the other side. So we are doing this, attaching this rope, because it is a non-stretchy fabric. If you're using a stretchy fabric, you don't need to. There is a different way to attach the rope. We just close all the way. But because it is a non-stretchy fabric and we want it to go through our head, especially when we are having some form of braids or something on, is the reason why we are doing what we just did for the time. So right now we are going to use our lining to turn the turban. Okay, so I place my lining this way, on that inner part. Okay, place it this way, and then I'm going to sew on it. Okay, so turn. So the lining, I've given us the measurement before. It's measuring 32 inches, and then the is this length right now is 17 inches, guys. Okay, so you can choose to locate the midpoints. Okay, and then you place it this way, midpoint to midpoint. Okay, allowing the inner part of the fabric to face, the other side. Is not facing you right now, it's facing the other side. So you pin it down if you so desire. Okay, and then you sew. Okay, so when you are done sewing, guys, the sewing actually is to cover the hidden parts, or the parts, whatever, that is not ideal. So we are done sewing. Okay, and then this is what we have. This is the inner view. See how neat it is looking. This is the inside that we just covered. You see how neat this is looking, guys. Okay, so I pinned down the padded pleats together. Okay, because we are going to close it up right now. Okay, so have you subscribed? If you have not subscribed, I'm going to come to your house to hijack you. Please subscribe. You are getting value. The only thing you can do to pay me back is to subscribe, like, and share. Comment, okay? So I'm just trying to arrange it, and then after arranging it, I will just sew this way to get a turban shape, basically that way. Okay, so I've sewn. I didn't sew the part where we have the band though, so I started from down where the plates ended. Okay, so we're going to run our gathering stitch right now. So guys, we are almost done. In fact, we are done with this project. So I believe pulling gathers at the back of your turban is nothing that is new to you guys. Okay, so I just pick some loose stitches to pull my gather. So guys, subscribe now, don't be mean. subscribe, please. Like, share, at least tell me I'm doing very well. Your encouragement will go a long way. And besides, it won't cost you nothing to encourage me by telling me, fashion boss, you are doing well. Oh, may God bless you for the impactation. Oh, you people should learn how to encourage a sister. Oh, Biko. Okay, so subscribe, like, share, and tell me I'm doing very well. Say a thank you. It won't hurt, neither will it bite. Okay. So before you put your gathering stitches, if you have your serger or your lock, your machine you use for, what do you call it, to lock stitch machine or whatever it's called, weaving machine, okay, make sure you run, you serge it or you lock it, okay. So this is what we have, guys. So as this been giving you, have you been thinking, how do I achieve this new style? Hey guys, I've simplified it and brought it your way. Tell me, say I try now. Tell me, say I try. So this is what we have. You see the back, it's looking all beautiful. And this is what we have. And this is it. And this is it. And this is it, guys. And this is really, really it. Okay. Oh, so thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for staying tuned. Okay. So in the next video, I'm going to be showing us how to make a particular Zara cap design. Okay.